I have updates of drama. Of course, always drama. Why can't people just leave me alone? Anyway, so I ended up reporting the former area manager. It's gonna get to my manager. I know this. He's well aware of everything that's going on, other than the fact that I sent a report this morning. Because, let me premise this, on the 11th of May, there's this big manager meeting from the former area manager. She made a big thing. Oh, they're redistricting me. It was great working with you guys. This is my last day. Blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, I thought we were supposed to have a meeting or something at my store for something. And she was like, oh no, I'll head over there. Still, whatever. Okay, at that time I was dealing with the assistant manager that was causing drama. And she was about to be wrote up for a couple of policy breakings that she was doing. She was bringing in cleaning supplies that from the outside that were not corporate approved or eco approved, and using them to clean the floors and everything. She should have been written up for that. Her drawers were too high of an amount, to which I brought it up twice, and she decided to argue with me in text message over it, but she should have been written up for it. And basically leaving early and stuff like that, not performing her job duties or fulfilling her shifts in full, because she would fake illness and then give 2 other excuses that weren't valid. She should have been written up for that. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah. And I'm not wrong. I flat out said that favorites were being played. To which the former area manager was like, I don't understand why you're saying that. Da 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 da. There's no favorites. We're all a team here. No, we're not. No, we're not. Because I don't see anybody being a team with me. So that was the 11th. She did come to my store, and she threatened to contact HR because I can't, quote unquote, get along or be forced to get along with the assistant manager that I don't want as an assistant manager, that I don't feel is a good employee to begin with. And that's causing issues. I can't get along with somebody that refuses to get along with anybody, much less work with me as a manager. She was not cooperative at all in the managerial stuff. And they tried to make all sorts of excuses for her. Oh, well, she just feels like you're coming in and taking over. Well, it's my store now. I am coming in and taking over. I have to learn everything. I can delegate to her what she needs. I have a new assistant manager now. I've done the exact same thing. My new assistant manager, we share responsibilities on the deposits, on the paperwork, on training employees. Like, literally, we communicate every day, even if one person isn't working. We update them on each other on everything. That's how managers should be. We should be 50-50, regardless of title. And that's what I was trying to do. But somebody didn't want to be 50-50. Somebody thought they were in charge, and they were going to push me out. I'm not blind. I'm not stupid, and I wasn't born yesterday. And I point that kind of stuff out, and they don't like that. And I don't care, because I'm not the only one that was pointing it out. Anyway, so she threatened my job on the 11th. Come around the 19th, she has not been my area manager for 8 days. I was kicked out of the manager chat that she had. She had not responded to me or contacted me in any way, shape, or form within those 8 days. I was all by myself with no area manager. No area manager. I had nobody. Every now and then another store leader would stop by and check in on me over issues allegedly sent by her, but no. You're checking in on my business and you need to stay out of it. Because you're not helping. You're just sending people over to spy. I'm not born yesterday. Come the 19th, she shows up with the new area manager 8 days later. And the new area manager walking me around the store. Look, I need this done, this done, this done. This is kind of what I expect. Okay, cool. I got everything done within the next few days that he requested that I get done. She decided to be snarky with me at one point in time in front of him. Actually, 2 points in time. One point specifically, he asked, we have one bathroom. It is one toilet, one bathroom. We keep it locked. Because we have loiterers that like to stand up front, and I'm not about to encourage them using the bathroom and standing out there even longer. They're already touching stuff outside they don't need to be touching, and everything like that. It's not gonna happen. So, I responded with, we do not have a public bathroom. She immediately, well, corporate policy says you have to. And he goes, no, hold on. I said, no, it does not. Our location and Bedford location and other locations do not have a public bathroom unless specified if they have one toilet. But we make allowances. I'll let a child use it, I'll let an elderly person use it, and I'll let a delivery person use it, especially when it's like UPS or something too, because they have no way of going to a bathroom at any point in time. And he goes, oh, so it's selective. I said, yes, it's selective for a reason. He goes, and she wanted to argue it on top of him. And he just kept looking at me. He didn't look once at her. Not even a side eye. He was ignoring her entirely. And he looks at me, he goes, I like selective. It works for the store. You keep it that way. Okay. I will. She didn't like that. Immediately overridden to her face. She didn't like that. So I went back in the back, in the storage area. She cornered me. I couldn't get around her. And she threatened to report me to HR again because I'm too friendly to my staff and it's inappropriate and whatever. I was sent screenshots of your private texting with the staff members. Okay, I update them on daily stuff, their scheduling. I send their scheduling, their payroll, things they need to know for their job. It's kind of my job to do. And that way I'm notifying them all together all at once because I don't work with all of them. They work different shifts. I don't work those shifts. I don't work with all of them. I'm not going to see them that day. A group text is perfectly fine. I've done it for many other jobs. Perfectly fine. Same communication at all my other jobs. Been perfectly fine the whole time. But she has an issue with it. So she's going to report me. And that's going to result in my termination. It's not going to go the way you think. So, nothing. Come the 21st. 2 days later, I had to write up an employee. And I'm getting text messages from the work crew at the same time I'm recording this. All updating me on stuff. Yay, I love it. I had to write up an employee for using foul language and stuff. That was on the 19th, while the former area manager and the current area manager was there. Now, the former area manager was near that employee at the time and said nothing and did nothing. So, more than happy to write me up and get me fired, but will not turn around to a brand new employee of like 2 weeks and tell her to stop dropping F-bombs in front of customers. Interesting. So I put that in my write-up that she was present and did nothing. I guess she didn't like that because she received a copy of it. So the next day, she did that write-up and whatever on me. But she's not my area manager. Let me stress that. I had already talked to my area manager about this issue, about her harassing me, about being bullied, about the favoritism, and my concerns on how it's going to affect my job and my ability to perform my job, because it's going to be constant drama from that side. And so far, he flat out said, I am a clean slate with him. And today he told me that unless I am flat out proving I'm refusing to do my job on purpose, I won't hear from him. He has no concerns. So that got pushed through, and I didn't receive it until today. Today is the 27th. That's 5 days later. So she's been sitting on this for 5 days. She's not been my area manager for 15 days now, 16 days now. I took screenshots of it. I sent it to my area manager. I said, this is now harassment. And then I checked my email at work. I got an email complaint. And ironically enough, the last sentence in that complaint, because all of it was just complete bullshit. It was just made up. Oh, the place is disgusting. Da-da-da. I scored a 94% on my eco not but a week ago. Eco is how clean your building inside and out is. 94% clean. Yeah, kiss my ass. That and my minute. Sorry, my video cut off on me. That and my area manager was present. Not but a couple days ago. He saw exactly what my building looked like. He had no complaints other than, hey, move this, throw that away. You're good. That was it. So he's well aware that it's all lies. He's met me in person. He knows how I talk to my staff. He knows how I talk to anybody. He knows that's all lies. Being accused of yelling at people and calling them names and stuff like that. I was being accused of. So he got a copy of it, obviously. So he calls me today. And he goes, I want you to call that person back. Because you're the store leader. That's your job. You call and verify complaints and resolve whatever needs to be resolved. Every store does it. Every company does that. The store leader is the one that makes the phone call, whether people like it or not. You're not going to get HR to call you back. You're not going to get corporate to call you back. You're not going to get a bigwig. It's going to be the person that you complained about, typically. Word to the wise, if you didn't know. So I was like, are you sure? He goes, yeah. He goes, my advice, say very little and get whatever information you need, respond to the thing for corporate, and close the case. One and done. I said, okay. I said, based off of what was written on there, I know that the former area manager and the former assistant manager are affiliated, because it makes it very obvious what was said. It makes it very obvious. And I explained it to him. He goes, that does seem suspicious. He repeated like twice, that seems suspicious. He goes, regardless, your job is very secure, and I will let you know otherwise if I have any issues. Okay. I like him. He's very straightforward. I like him. So I went in the office and I called IT and got something figured out with my email that wasn't working. And I called her from my phone number, my cell phone, because our work phone is not working right now. It gives a busy signal. I don't know how to fix it. I need to call IT. Tomorrow's duty. It went straight to voicemail. So that means either the phone is cut off or your number is blocked if it goes straight to voicemail. It didn't ring once. Kind of suspicious. So I have a second number on my phone. It's a text now number that nobody has. Not the former area manager, not the former assistant manager. They don't have that number. So I use that number to call. Now they've got this number, but I use that number. After the second ring, she picked up. So how does she have my number to block? And I said, hey, I was supposed to call this person. And she goes, you mean last name is different? I said, yeah, it just says this on, the email that was sent to me that I was supposed to respond to. That's the name that was given. She goes, email? Oh, where are you from? I gave my company name. Oh, yeah. Who is this? I gave my legal name because I go by a nickname over here. I go by a nickname. I gave my legal name, which nobody should have. Nobody should have. And she got quiet. And she goes, you were told to call me back? I was like, yes, ma'am. She goes, yeah, no. I was like, well, you sent an email that requested a 48-hour response, and I am calling you back in response. She goes silent. So I go silent because I'm not going to encourage the conversation on my end. And then she hangs up on me. How does she know my legal name? How does she know what is said in private work chats? That was referenced in her email. How does she know my phone number to block it? See what I'm saying? So I wrote all that in my response email to resolve the complaint. I said I called customer at this time. My number went straight to voicemail, which means it was either blocked or the phone was off. So I called from a different number at this time. Not but a few minutes later, she picked up on the second ring. This was the whole conversation. Yes, I recorded it on my phone. I have a recording. I can't show it because it has her phone number on it, but I have a recording. And that she hung up on me. And I stated my concerns. I said I would have liked to address the concerns that she had my number to either block it or something, that she knew my name, that I don't go by, and that she had information of a private work chat between employees. I'm very concerned about this. Oh, hang on, I got a phone call. Anyway, sorry, it was an employee calling. My maintenance guy was there fixing something. My stuff just keeps breaking over there. Mostly because I touch it. I'm not mechanically inclined. Yeah, so anyway. So I submitted my response to the complaint. And yeah, going about my day. So far, I've gotten no attempts to return call me or anything to resolve her complaint. But I did my job for today. It is what it is. This is the mess that I'm dealing with. So the report is out there. I've sent all screenshots of everything. It's a laundry list of screenshots. So hopefully it's enough information to prove harassment. Also, I really hope that they do investigate, because if they come over and talk to my employees, they will realize that they all support me. They all like me being the manager over there. So, yeah. Um Aside from all of that, not a whole lot. I worked last night. I worked all morning. I got home around like almost noon, and I'm exhausted. I've been yawning since like 3 a.m. It's like 2 o'clock almost, and I'm still getting work chats blown up and this, that, and the other, and I feel like I'm on call 24/7. I probably am. I hired a new employee to work overnights. I'm trying to get his information for his onboarding. I've not gotten an update on that yet. Usually it gives me a notification to start their I-9 process and then get them going. I've not gotten that notification, so I don't know if he's gotten his onboarding. I texted him, I got no response. But he's now showing up under my stuff to be scheduled, so maybe I need to contact somebody and be like, all right, how do I check? I'll do that tomorrow. I'll deal with that tomorrow. I'm not worried about it. But hopefully we have an overnight person, so I can stop working these overnights. My assistant manager can stop working overnights. We can focus on morning shift. We can get our paperwork done. We can get everything we need to get done during the day and not be exhausted. So hopefully we can even the schedule out. The girl that I wrote up for on the 21st, she's gotten better. At first she was very quiet, especially when I notified her of the write-up. She was quiet for like 2 days, and after that she's kind of back to herself, but she's toned down, which is great because she's got great customer service. Besides that, what I need to get her trained on is everything else, because it's like trying to teach somebody that's constantly everywhere, like getting them to slow down. And I don't have a lot of experience with that, because usually when somebody wants to work a job, they want to learn everything. She's just a little all over the place, and so reeling her in and getting the comprehension and everything and getting her hands on is a little bit of a struggle for me. I'm trying to figure out some good techniques. I'll figure it out. I've never been a good trainer. I'm a half decent leader, I think. I'm a good manager. I always struggle with training. So, but I'll keep you guys updated, of course. I think everything's going well. I really do. I don't think there will be any blowback for the report that I filed, because I'm doing it to protect myself and my job and my employees, because this is retaliatory behavior, because she wanted that assistant manager to stay in my location and basically kick me out. She didn't get what she wanted. I feel it's retaliation. Dude, why drag it out for 2 weeks when you're not even the manager over there anymore? You know what I'm saying? And then you're enlisting your friends to file false complaints and blocking my numbers, and yeah. It's retaliation. And I made that very specific in my report, that that's how I feel. And that's how I see it. Um, anyway, I'm gonna go.